Hello, I am Dr. DePass, and I am here with my first tip for parents of students in elementary school. Tip number one, please do not send your children to school smelling like marijuana or weed, as some might say. Now, as an educator, I'm not judgmental to what grown adults, do in their own time. And in this state which I live in, there is a large population of adults who choose to smoke marijuana. They smoke it morning, noon, night. They smoke it when they drive in the cars. They just smoke it all the time. Okay, not judging. That's not my lifestyle. But, if that's your lifestyle and you're an adult, okay. But it's not beneficial to send your child to school smelling like marijuana. It's frowned upon by educators and administration. And also, most children do not like the smell of marijuana, especially if your child attends a school where the children are not used to that smell. So what I've experienced are children who might say hurtful things. He stinks. I don't want to sit by him. He smells. And I have to explain to them, no, he does not smell. He does not stink. His parents smoke marijuana, and the marijuana smell is in his skin, it's in his hair, it's in his clothing, and that's the smell. So I encourage children to be polite and kind and not say mean things. But at the end of the day, they don't want to sit next to the kid that stinks. They don't like that smell. And also, as an educator, I see a pattern with children who are in households where they are forced to inhale secondhand smoke or marijuana smoke because that's just the environment they live in. It's no choice of their own. Children are born into whatever environment they're born into. And I do see a pattern in children, and the pattern that I'm starting to see is delayed processing. Sometimes we have children and we ask them a question, or we ask them to do a simple task like pick up your ruler. And most kids, if they're paying attention, will take a few seconds and pick up the ruler. I find that children who are in households where they are forced to inhale marijuana because it's just all around them have a delayed processing. So it's like you say, pick up your ruler, and they're looking at you. And then you say, pick up your ruler, and it still hasn't sunk in. And you can even hold up the ruler and show them, your ruler, pick it up. And it hasn't sunk in. But then maybe 10 seconds later, they pick up the ruler. Okay? These are not children who do not understand English. These are not children that are mentally disabled. These are children that have a delayed processing. They're slow with processing information. And it's a pattern in children who come from homes of smokers. Now, I'm not judging, and I'm not a medical doctor. So this is just what I observe in the classroom. So, if you want to do the science and you want to talk to medical doctors, get their opinion. If you are smokers and you enjoy smoking around your kids, talk to a medical doctor, get the medical opinion. But I'm just telling you what I see in the classroom. There's a pattern. So besides there being a pattern of delayed processing, the other kids just don't want to be around the kid that smells like weed or marijuana. It's embarrassing. And, we have to teach our kids to be tough and not to be sensitive. But if you can just give them a chance to just go to school and fit in and be normal, why wouldn't you give them a chance? So my suggestion is if you smoke, maybe designate a spot in the house, like maybe the bathroom in the master bedroom, where kids are not allowed. Maybe you open the window and you do your smoke in there so that the children don't have to be around it. You keep the smoke out of their clothing when you do the laundry. And most definitely, if at all possible, please don't smoke while you're driving with the kids in the car. If you could just make that time sacred. When the kids are in the car, we don't smoke. And even when they're not in the car, because if you smoke while they're not in the car, when they get in the car, they're still going to get that scent all over them. Let's just try to keep the babies away from the marijuana. They're going to grow up and they're going to make their own choices in life. And some of them may choose to smoke, some of them may choose not to. But while they are little, let's just let them be kids. Send them to school clean, smelling like baby lotion, or just smelling clean so that they're not embarrassed. And when you come to pick up your children, marijuana smokers, don't smell like marijuana. That's embarrassing too. I've been in the front office when parents have come to sign their children in late because a lot of marijuana smokers can't get up early in the morning, so they have to check in their kids late. But that's besides the point. But when they walk in the front office, the whole office smells like weed. And everyone is just like, oh my goodness, what is that smell? And we all know what's going on, but we can't say anything. We have to be professional. But it's just kind of embarrassing. So, not judging. I'm not judging. You're grown. You live the life you want to live. No judgment there. But please, for the babies, let them have a choice. Don't force them to inhale that. And don't force them to come to school smelling like that. Keep them out of the smoking area. Have a smoking zone where children aren't allowed so they can just be kids and they can come to school smelling fresh and clean like everyone else and not get teased. So that's my tip number 1. Dr. DePass's educational advice channel. Don't send your kids to school smelling like marijuana. Thank you. Check back for tip number 2. Bye.